lens cap off. Are you gonna shoot? Oh.
Action. Go ahead.
Is it rolling?
Yes, it's rolling.
It's such an asshole.
No.
So, Pam, I have this on low heat. I normally use this olive oil, but I ran out, and luckily I had this in the cupboard. Come in, let's close here. And so, just a little bit of garlic and oil, salt, and pepper. These are what you need. Cento peeled tomatoes, and tonight I'm doing pane rigate. A little bit different. Sometimes I use this one, the Bucatini. Bucatini are really for the amatriciana. I stop right now because I have to get the bacon out. So, well, no, just watch. So the bacon, just cut the meat part of it, not the fat. This is the bacon sauteing in olive oil. And I'm going to throw some onion in. I use red onion all the time, about a half an onion. And then saute that. Heat up a little bit more when the onion goes in. And then salt and pepper. And then this is, because I usually use dry red pepper. I'll put about a half a dry red pepper and crumble it in. But it's hard to find at the grocery stores, and so Tabasco works just as good. A little bit. Works. You let that go for a few minutes. Just olive oil, salt and pepper, onion, and the cut up pieces, the meat of the bacon. Now, if you go to the deli, or you, Pammy, to the Harvest Ranch, and you have to ask for pancetta, because that's normally what you should use. I mean, that's what they use in Italy. But pancetta is Italian bacon, so it's the same thing. So, but I cooked bacon and eggs last night, so they have the bacon left over. Okay, I will come back to this in a minute. This is the neat, you probably have an electric can opener, but this is my really cool can opener. Barbara was the one who told me how to get this. This takes the top off, so there's no hard edge. And voila, it comes off. And those are really good, so I don't cut myself on the can anymore. So now bring it over here. Now this is all cooked pretty good. So when it starts to get crispy, you take your tomatoes, and then you just put your tomatoes over. This is my neat spoon dish, which I love, that my friend Josephina got me. I use it all the time. So you just keep, I cut them apart. I like to use the whole peeled tomatoes, but sometimes I'll use crushed tomatoes, sometimes I'll use tomato paste. I made a really good pasta with tomato paste the other night. Maybe one more, and I save the other for doing a fast pasta with just cheese and butter for me for lunch sometimes. I'll save those. And I sometimes put just a little bit of sauce over. And and this is why my kitchen usually ends up to be just a complete mess. Okay, so that's it. So then you turn the heat up, and this is my circular new pan, which is the deep pan. I love it. A little more salt and pepper. Turn up the heat so it starts to boil. Stir it around, and that should be plenty of tomato. I don't have, okay, back up. So I don't have any wine today, so I'm going to use brandy. If you have wine, use a half a cup of wine when you first put it in, and sometimes you can put a little more after too, but I'm just going to use a capful, maybe, because it takes the bitterness out of the tomatoes. 2 capfuls of brandy. Brandy's good. It's good. I use brandy a lot in my pastas. And so then you just stir it in, put the top back on, and let it cook. And now I'll start my pasta, my actual noodles, so that then when they cook, and so anyway, you have to just watch your sauce until you think it's done. You can turn the heat down and cook it for a little while. You just have to let it go. Don't let it cook down too much. If it cooks down too much, then just add a little bit of water and it'll be fine. I started the water boiling. In the water, of course, you put salt and a little olive oil on the top. And then this is cooking way too fast. So that's boiling, so I'm turning that way down. There's a lot of tricks in Italian cooking. One of the tricks is when the sauce is done, before the pasta's done, you always like to turn your sauce off for a little bit, and then you just take the top off and let it breathe a little bit and leave it off for a while. I don't know why, it's just that's how they do it. It's just, and it kind of makes the sauce better. And then when your pasta's done, then you turn your sauce back on and let it heat up. And then, well, I'll show you what we do when we cook it all together, okay? Or we mix it. Okay, that's it for now. Oh, so I put on my necklace. I wore it out today, and then I took it off when I came home because I usually get in my pajamas when I come home, but I didn't. Anyway, this is the necklace Pammy made for me from our earring, our 1970s earring. It's so cute. Okay. I'm going to turn my sauce back on. You can see it just kind of just sits there like this. It cools off. And so now I'm turning the heat back on it so it will boil up in a little bit. I turn it on fairly high and then I turn it down when and so I drain the pasta. Here is my bowl, and I put a little bit of cheese in the bottom of the bowl with some salt and pepper, and I forgot to get parsley today. You can always use parsley, chopped up into your pasta, and also to cook with. It's really nice. It's better. I like it better than basil, actually. So I'm going to take the pasta and put it right on top of it in the pan. Butter. I put a little bit of butter over the pasta. Are you taking that? Okay.
Come on.
And then again with the pepper and salt, a little bit of salt, not too much salt. We use a lot of salt. Put that on, let it cook for a minute. Let the butter melt. Then you take your cheese. You can throw a little Parmesan on that. Actually, this calls for Pecorino Romano cheese, but I didn't have it. I haven't been to a really good deli, the Monte Carlo deli. So you just mix it here on the top of the stove. I always mix my pasta into the pan that I cook the sauce in. It's just easy, and it keeps it warm. Cooks it as you're doing it. Helps the cheese melt. More cheese. It smells really good, so hopefully it will taste as good. I got that. And then you just take it and you throw it down in your bowl. Put a little more cheese. You can take the extra cheese to the table. I like a lot of cheese. And that's it. There you have pasta alla matriciana alla Romantini. I learned when I lived in Rome how to make it, but I've perfected it over the years. I'm just making it all the time. So I hope you can make it and enjoy it, and it's really fast. Okay, see y'all, bye.